welcome back to Comedy or Worse.
Woo!
Yeah. Here with a very special guest. I asked him right when he drank.
Brendan Praniewicz.
Yeah. Sometimes you have good timing, sometimes you have the worst timing ever.
Yeah.
Or maybe that makes it funnier.
Sometimes. It really depends, you know?
We'll see. We'll have the people be the judge. So do you use a stage name?
No. I've never used a stage name. I probably should because my last name is the longest one in comedy, I think. But it's up there. It's got to be up there. Like top 3 longest names in comedy.
Right in, because you have a longer name in comedy.
Yeah. But I remember when I was a young writer, I did have a pen name. But then I didn't want to use it anymore. I just wanted to use my name.
Oh, yeah.
So I've kind of tossed it around a little bit, but
Sweet.
yeah.
Would you have a different pen name for the stage?
Probably Mike Ock.
Mike Ock.
Yeah, Mike Ock. Mike Ock. No, I'm just kidding. I just keep it. Just keep it Brendan Praniewicz for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing nobody has. No, it's really D's nuts.
When I was a kid, we used to go to when I was in the airport, we used to get on the phone with the operator and we used to page people like Mike Hawk.
Yeah.
And then they'd say, Mike Hawk, we need you. We need you at the front desk.
Right.
And so,
Yeah. Good times.
yeah. That was
No caller ID.
That was before 9/11, you know? Yeah,
Sure.
pre 9/11.
Yeah. Now it's say something, see something, do something.
Right.
Speaking of which, don't smoke outside of comedy venues.
Right. You know what?
You know what the fuck?
You know,
You just ruin it for everybody.
The only time I don't smoke at all, but the only time I smoke is outside the place you do comedy. Like I just buy a 6-pack. How do you know what they're called?
He buys a 6-pack. Cigarettes.
And I just smoke them.
Bag for something.
I just smoke them outside.
Didn't
Just
you
drop the butts.
do you find a truck and put it in the back?
Yeah,
and then it turns out it's the neighbor's truck.
Yeah, I didn't know.
The Mexican restaurant. Like,
Yep. Oh, I quit though. You know.
Oh yeah.
I quit. I'm on the patch.
If I was smoking, I would have quit today as well.
I'm gonna start putting.
Oh, I forgot that I'm being selfish, being alive, and then let's be extra selfish, and have all this secondhand smoke in the air and cigarette butts everywhere.
Right. Now I'm gonna start leaving patches everywhere. I'm just gonna leave the patch.
But Brandon does it on accident. The patches just fall off. You don't even notice.
I use a lot of lotion, you know.
Well, maybe you should.
Yeah, well,
Not put lotion on and then put a patch on. Why can't the patch have a little bit of lotion in it?
I'm new to this. Yeah, I'm new.
That makes sense. But how did you get into comedy?
You know, I'm so glad you asked this question. How did I get into comedy?
No, I was going to skip that question.
Really? Oh, you're going to skip that question?
You're so lucky I decided not to skip this question.
Okay. Well, I'm a writer at heart, and I'm writing a book. I'm almost finished with the book, actually. I'm getting to the tail end.
No, you can't. I'm not even. I haven't started my book. So.
But I wrote a lot of the book, and a lot of the book was about comedy, and I didn't know shit about comedy, so I just knew that.
No way! Are you like Brandon Potter? Isn't that his origin story?
I don't know. Is it really?
That he was like writing articles and
shit.
If I'm remembering correctly, or maybe he just made it up. I don't know. I thought that's what he said. I have to have him on the podcast.
Really?
But
so
anyway,
there's something about Brendan's and their origin story are all the same.
Oh.
Brendan and Brandon. So
yeah.
Wow, I had no idea, but yeah. So
I
wanted to make the book realistic, so that's how I started doing it.
Oh yeah. Cool. So do you wish you started comedy earlier?
I never wish I would have started earlier. I know a lot of people do. Like, if I was a kid, I should have. No, I don't. I never have that thought. I think I would have been
started it later.
I should have started it much later, actually. I think if I would have started at 18, I think I needed more life to live, and I think I would have been a heroin addict or something. I would have just got on drugs, and it would have been awful. So I wouldn't have been able to handle it. I wouldn't have the maturity or the self-control or the discipline over my emotions that I do now that I'm older.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you think about. It's like, how do I have self-control sometimes? There's definitely times where I give in to something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have ice cream. Oh, I'm going to have a beer.
Right.
But I never just eat ice cream or just drink beers. It's just kind of interesting.
Right.
It's like, oh, I'm going to sleep in. Oh, I guess I better actually get up because it's
right.
responsibilities.
It's a slippery slope, You eat one ice cream cone and then...
Yeah, after a while you're wearing them on your hat.
Mm-hmm.
Just so you never without an ice cream cone.
Right, ice cream is problematic.
Yeah, why does it taste so good?
It's so fucking good.
It's like cold, but it's like milk, but it's not.
Right.
It comes in too many flavors.
Right.
That's it.
Not everybody can enjoy it like lactose people, like, so
right.
it's really something we're blessed with,
Yeah.
our ability to consume ice cream.
I wonder if we just change our DNA and we could eat other stuff that humans don't normally eat.
Like bark, like how animals like they eat grass and they get like strong and stuff. Like cows, all they eat is grass.
Well,
and
dogs eat grass.
We could eat grass, but like it's not going to make us look like a like a bull.
I don't think it will settle your stomach. It'll probably make you throw up.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe they do it to throw up. Like,
it'd be dope if you could just eat grass and then just become like a bull. Like.
Yeah. Transformers.
Yeah.
No, it's not Transformers.
No.
That is something else. Let's see. So what is your writing process for comedy?
Ooh, my writing process for comedy. I try to write every day. I usually do.
So you sit down to write. You don't doesn't just come to you naturally in everyday life or sitting in an open mic.
Everything. No, I mean I'll riff on stage a little bit, but I write a lot, and I do write every day, and I just have notes in my phone, so if I see something funny or I think about something funny, I'll just write it down. And a lot of times at the end of the day, I'll just think about all the funny things that I thought about that day or saw that day, and I'll try to put that in my phone.
Okay, so kind of a combo of both.
Right. And then I'll put that in a notebook and I'll write it out. I'll try to punch it up or tag it. And then, that's my writing process. And, I like to write. I write so much. If I go on stage, I want to really work on the stuff that I've been, sitting with and working with. So.
Right. So do you ever practice the stuff you write before you go on stage?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That helps, right?
100%, because I know the material, and then because I know it, then if I'm riffing on stage, I can then, because I already know it, then I might come up with a tag that I didn't think about.
Right.
Yeah. So that's my process.
Oh yeah. Sweet. So did you get addicted to comedy right away, or did it take some time?
I mean, I loved comedy. I love making people laugh. I love performing in front of people. I love the high that you get from a good night. And I was into it. I've always been into it. I've never stopped through it all. Coronavirus, everything. I've just been.
So when did you start?
I started, I think 2016.
Oh yeah.
2016, 17. Like in between.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and like I said, I was working on this book, and the main character is a comedian, but I really didn't know that much about comedy. So I had a blog, and I was interviewing some comedians and stuff like that, just to try to get a feel for it. There's not a lot of good books, fictional books about comedy.
Right.
I mean, there's Steve Martin's book, you know, which is more of a memoir autobiography, but there's no real books that, because I try to read as many as I could, and there's not a lot of good books where, you know, it talks about how it feels to be on stage and the timing of the joke and the rules of comedy and things that you just would never anticipate, how to read a room, and, you know, those things are so important, and I think the only way you could learn that is through experience.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when people, and also I have to say when I'm giving people advice, it's like, this has worked for me.
Yeah.
I can only tell you what's worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
And what other people said it's worked for them, that I was like, oh, that sounds like good advice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
You got a lot of questions.
Some of these are just gibberish.
Yeah.
It's just helpful gibberish.
It looks like the Star Wars, like the you know, the opening scene where it has all the credits like.
Yeah, it's just like a writing role. Yeah. So it's like, oh, I can't quite read it, but I know in a minute I'll be able to, because here it comes.
Dun, 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 dun,
So,
dun.
a question that's not on the list, but I just thought of for you.
Yeah,
is,
what's up?
When did you start doing music with comedy?
You know, probably a couple years in, because I'd always been playing music. Like, I started playing guitar when I was 18, and I was always doing music before that.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, it's a risk because not everybody likes musical comedy. Or sometimes you show up with a guitar and they're like, oh my God, get this guy out of my face, you know? And I think I think some people just have an aversion to prop comedy and things, or they consider it prop comedy. It doesn't really matter. But what I wanted to do is I just wanted to add more dimension to what I was doing.
Right.
And I also want to stand out. You know, we got a lot of people who are comics in the city, and everybody's doing comedy, and I think you have to find what's going to make you stand out from other people. And so I started thinking from that perspective, and then I'm like, yeah, I should just start incorporating that in what I do.
Sweet. I'm going to start playing my unicycle on stage.
You should. I've seen you do that was kind of scary. Like we were at the Good Bar.
Yeah.
You almost wrecked.
Not right.
You need like a bigger space.
Play my unicycle.
Like play it like that.
Instrument.
And like put a straw, like a straw.
I can't reveal all the secrets.
Oh, okay.
No one else is playing a unicycle.
That's right.
It's just because it's not easy to do.
It's not easy. Maybe if you put some baseball cards in the spokes, you know.
Now he's starting to figure it out. Gotta move on. Let's see. Have you ever traveled to do comedy?
Yeah, I've done comedy in quite a few places, in different states. I travel a lot.
Did you ever go to the moon?
The moon? You know, it's on my list. It's on my bucket list. I just need to become a billionaire, you know.
Right. I thought the answer would be no, because there's no one there.
Right.
But I'm glad that you're ambitious.
Yeah, if I got to the moon and I did like a blooper moon landing set, you know, like tripping and stuff.
Physical comedy.
Yeah,
right?
some physical comedy.
You're like trying to hit the baseball, you can't because you think it's gonna fall faster, and you can't ever get it right.
Like snorting moon dust, trying to snort moon dust through your mask, you know. No one's done that.
Well, you better put it inside your helmet first.
Oh, I don't know.
If you take off your helmet, you're gonna die.
Right, I would just try to do it through the glass, you know. It's like a blooper.
You just keep...
Who knew the moon was made of cocaine, you know? Like, so many people be there if it's made of cocaine.
So far away. I have to take off my helmet. And then the guy's like, no, don't do it. Sweet.
Yeah, so I have some pretty big goals, as you can see.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. So what's a goal that's here on Earth? What is your goal?
You know,
next goal?
As a Christian comedian, I just want to get my comedy closer to Jesus.
Well, okay. I'm still looking for Jesus, by the way.
No, I'm just joking. The only goal I ever have with everything I'm doing is I just want to get better. That's the only goal I have. I don't. That's it. I just want to try to get better today. If I can get a little bit better today, that's all I focus on.
Right.
And I'll just see where that takes me.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
So.
And get closer to Jesus. And did I mention that? Just get closer to our Lord and Savior.
So if you are Jesus,
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah.
You know, he's waiting for you.
Yeah.
So I ask this to everybody. I don't usually know what the answer is, but when did we meet?
When did we meet? You know, I first saw you at the Comedy Palace. And when did you start? You started a little bit before the pandemic, didn't you?
I started about 6 years ago.
Right. So that's what I mean. It was a little
Yeah,
bit before the pandemic. It was one of the...
when I got on Kill Tony right before lockdown, I was 14 months in.
Yeah, so that's where I saw you the first time. It was at the Comedy Palace open mic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So what other hobbies you have? Music, writing?
Music, writing. I like to do photography too. Pretty into photography.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's gonna have a book that, you open the pages, there's sound, there's pictures.
There's gonna be smells in it. It's gonna be a smelly book.
Like, what?
Yeah.
It's like I'm here.
I want people to smell comedy.
That sounds pretty funny.
Yeah.
What's the funniest smell?
In comedy? The funniest smell?
Is it like a fart smell, or?
I could think of the grossest smells. I don't know about the funniest smells.
That smells funny.
Okay, right. Like, I think there's gas in this room, not like fart gas, but like
yeah, laughing gas is the funniest smell.
I think there's a gas leak, and yeah, that could be kind of
expensive.
Could be really expensive.
Exactly. Let's see. So, what is your favorite joke? That could be street joke, a famous joke, your joke.
My favorite. I'd have to really think about that.
Okay, you think about that.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite fan interaction? Either you were a fan of somebody, or you had a fan come up to you and go, "Oh my God, I really love what you just did."
You know, I've had a couple really cool moments. I remember I was in Peru and somebody recognized me in a market. That was pretty cool.
In Peru?
In Peru, yeah, that was a cool moment.
You had performed in Peru and then they recognized you?
No, I performed here and they were in Peru. They're like, "Oh my God, it's Brendan."
Wow.
That was pretty cool. And then sometimes, I'll play songs, and I remember one time I was walking in a store and these people saw me and they started singing my song, "Fuck Firemen, Fuck Firemen." And so that like moments like that are always pretty cool.
Yeah. If you're a fireman, it's don't worry, it's not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah, it's there's like they're firemen,
Yeah. No, that's it. Also, you got part of this podcast goals is to encourage people to see live comedy. So you should come to San Diego or go to a show that he's doing out of somewhere else in the area, and come see him do live comedy, and you'll get to hear that whole song, or as much of it as he's willing to give you.
Right. That's right.
That's right. So what's your favorite place to do comedy right now?
My favorite place to do comedy right now. Let me think about that. Comedy Palace is not Comedy Palace, but Mic Drop's always fun because they can get a really good crowd in there. I have a good time there. Kyle Dean.
Like a show or?
On their shows, yeah, they had. That's a really fun place to do comedy. A smaller venue. I think Kyle Dean is doing a really good job at the Jazzy Wishbone, and that they got a pretty good crowd in there, and it's pretty hot. So that's a fun place to do comedy and workout material too.
Yeah, you got to remember to actually try to get on there.
Yeah.
It's all the way in Oceanside. I used to live in Oceanside, but not anymore.
Not anymore.
Comedy drew me away. But it's nice that it's like Seems like there's more shows and open mics in North County than there used to be.
There's a lot going on in North County right now. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So what was your family life growing up?
My dad was in the military, so we were moving all the time. So I was born in Greece, in Athens, and I lived all over the U.S., and I lived in Germany.
But
So.
were you born on a military base or
Yeah,
something?
I lived on military bases. So I don't really know the languages or anything.
Oh, okay. So did the grandfather you in as a U.S. citizen? Or how does that work?
In terms of Greece, being born there, my family thought about getting me a dual citizenship. However, I'd have to serve in the military. Yeah, and that would be weird to have to go back to Greece and, fight Turkey or another country, and I don't even know the language or the
Right.
culture. So,
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah. So I was just moving all the time, and I think it helped with comedy because when you're an outsider, you're always trying to fit in, and like one of the easy ways to fit in is to make people laugh.
Yeah, definitely, especially if you're both talking the same language.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
what was your earliest memory?
My earliest memory
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. So
Like,
you woke up
ever?
this morning.
My earliest memory? Really?
You
That's what you're
remember?
asking me?
Oh my God.
That I remember?
You can make something up, or it could be at 10 years old.
Uh,
It could be the earliest memory that you remember right now.
I have a weird early memory. And
Oh yeah.
man, I had to be I had to be little. And it was in Greece. And I remember I had this cup of milk, and I was looking in the cup of milk, and you know how there's bubbles in the milk? And it looked like lips.
Wow.
And it just freaked me out, and I dropped and I started screaming. And so that's one of my earliest memories. And I don't know why the fuck I remember that, but that scared the shit out of me.
That does sound scary.
Yeah.
So watch out if you got milk.
Yeah.
Could be lips inside there.
More like not milk, instead of got milk,
Yeah. Exactly. Not milk.
Not milk.
What is the biggest audience you perform for?
Let me think. The biggest audience I've ever performed for. I've done the Comedy Store packed out a couple times. Many times, actually. So probably the Comedy Store. Probably 200 people. 220.
You get 200 people in the Comedy Store?
Yeah, 150, 200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
packed.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Didn't realize. I mean, I've been in there when it's packed.
Mm-hmm.
I performed, at a roast battle where it was packed, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I didn't really comprehend the number.
I think those were the biggest. I'd really have to think about it, but I think that's the biggest audience. Yeah, somewhere 200s.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
So, would you ever do a character on stage?
I love characters. Believe it or not, I have a lot of characters, but I never do them on stage, and I don't know why. I've done them a couple times on stage, but I actually practice characters a lot. It's something that I want to do a lot more of. So yes, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I want to. I like flexibility. I think that audience today, working with young kids, because I'm a teacher, people don't have big, long attention span. So I think you have to really do a lot of different things. And you need to be able to change things to keep people's attention today, and I think that's important. So I want to be really flexible as a comic and be able to do a lot of different types of comedy. That's what I'm striving for. That's what I'm growing towards.
Yeah, like I've been thinking off and on. I think about, geez, it's like I feel like I'm way funnier than I'm able to perform on stage.
Mm.
When I'm just being silly, off stage, and I don't know. I think it's just have to figure out a way to get people on board.
It's hard, but you know what? You think it's funny. You could be riffing with your friends. You're like, "That's fucking funny," and then you go and do it on stage, and like, "What did you just say?" And they just look at you, like, "Why?"
You didn't
Like,
realize it was such an inside joke.
right.
Right, I said blue pants because it's the inside joke that we call jeans blue pants and.
Yeah, comedy you just never know. That's why you really got to work stuff out.
Yeah.
Work it out.
Work it out. Exactly. So have you ever won a comedy contest or anything?
I was a finalist in a contest.
Wow.
Yeah, early on, and I've just had a lot of bad experiences with contests. I don't do them that often.
Sure.
But early on, I was a finalist, like 2 years in.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I got first place in the contest and it put me directly in the finals. Yeah. There's a long story about that, but yeah.
Well, we can come back to it.
Yeah, it was. It's pretty crazy. I've just had a lot of really. Yeah, I've just had some pretty rough experience in contests, honestly. And I think their contests have their places. And I think they can be really beneficial. I think they're great for networking. And if you can get that exposure and you can place in it, it makes you look really good. So it could do a lot of things for your career and things like that. So I think they have their place. I think that, like I said earlier, my goal is to just grow and just get better. And so that's my focus right now. I do contests once in a while, but it's hard because I don't really like contests, so it's hard for me to take them seriously.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So a lot of times, like last contest I did, I almost made it. I tied for third place, but I really messed around a lot. I was just goofing off because I just didn't take them seriously at all. Because I don't have this. I don't put pressure on myself like, man, I gotta go here and I gotta win and blah, and if I don't win I'm gonna suck. I'm just gonna take it like just another night on stage and if I didn't mess around as much in that last one, maybe I could have done better. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Cool. So how far have you gone for comedy?
How far? I've driven. I've driven everywhere, for comedy. Vegas, Yuma, Lake Havasu. I've done comedy in New Orleans, Pittsburgh, Hawaii. I've and driving wise, not so much anymore, but I drive out to Palm Desert. I drive up to LA. Yeah, often.
Did you do shows or did you do open mics or both?
I would do shows. I'd just try to get on a show, because if I'm gonna drive that far, I at least want to get at least 10 minutes. Like otherwise it's like
Yeah, for sure. So what's your best booking story?
My best. What do you mean, like booking?
Like if you either book a show or used to, or you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I got booked on this particular show.
I've had an opportunity to work with some pretty big comics early on. Like I opened for Jamie Kennedy, Eric Griffin early on. So those were fun experiences. Ian Edwards. So those were good experiences. I've also produced shows. So I was producing an international show in Tijuana. So we were doing comedy in English. So that was a lot of fun. And during the pandemic, I was doing a comedy show out in my front yard, so it was a lot of fun too. So
cool.
Just a lot of different things.
So, but
what's my favorite?
What was the like? Oh my god! I asked this comic to come do comedy in my front yard. I can't believe they actually came, but it was also the pandemic, or I don't know.
I had a friend who passed away this year, and he did a big show. He had some comics come down from LA, and so it was a show for women and people of LGBT and the gay community. So it was really nice being able to put a show together for that community, and we had a lot of people come out and support. So that was a memorable one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So have you ever been on Kill Tony or something like that? Or would you want to?
I've never been on Kill Tony, but I have done the roast battle at the Comedy Store in LA.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, so I have done that. Connor McSpadden was there. There were a lot of bigger names there.
So how did you get to do the one in LA and not in San Diego?
Leo Saavedra, I don't know how he does it, but that dude was like, he's like doing those all the time, and so he asked me to come roast him, so I went up to LA and we did a roast battle up there.
Well,
so
there you go. I guess if you know someone that a roast in LA, you can just go do it in LA.
And usually I don't do roast because I'm not good at roasting. I'm just a nice person, and I've never won a roast battle in my life. But yeah, so but that was a cool experience.
Right. Also, you have to remember that I might win a roast battle on October 2nd.
Damn. Look at you plugging yourself.
Because this is in the future. So when I said I had never won a roast battle, this is because this is still in September. September 12th.
Yeah.
It's a Thursday.
October 12th. Because today is September 12th.
Yeah.
Should you be at the? Should you be there tonight?
Yeah, September 12th is what today is.
But right. October 12th, right?
October 2nd. When it's the first Wednesday of the month. Okay. That's when the show is, and I don't know. Maybe it was a tie. Who knows? So tell us, write us in, because even though we already know, because we're now in the future too.
We are.
But isn't that crazy? We're right now we're here, and it's the present.
Right.
This is being recorded, so we're also hopefully going to get to listen to this.
Damn.
If one or both of us doesn't die. Knock on fake wood. So what is the worst thing about comedy right now?
Worst thing about comedy. The worst thing about comedy. Let me think about that. I feel like I'm doing a job resume, and I want to be very politically correct.
No, don't. No, wait. Remember, we're trying to make this podcast more catch some fire. So
I think
you can name people without naming them, right?
No, I'm not. It's nothing like that. I think the worst thing is the Madhouse. You guys aren't doing your open mics anymore, and that makes me sad.
Yep, that's the worst thing in comedy right now. Comedy clubs that just don't have any open mics.
Yeah, and that's sad because it's so much fun to perform, in the clubs and stuff like that, and so. And they do have some, like the Comedy Store has, but a lot of them are drawings, so you don't really know if you're going to get up. Same with ACC and things like that. So it's really cool they're doing it.
Store, you'll know ahead of time.
Right. So, I mean, they are doing it, but it's just sad that there's not more opportunities. And I get it. I understand. It can take a lot to run an open mic, and there's a lot of booked shows and things like that. But I'm still, I'm grateful for the clubs for having the spots. But I wish there was a little bit more. I think a lot of people wish there was a little bit more, too.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess the good part is it's making people do their own shows.
Right.
I would have never even thought to do, a show, and now it's just an open mic. This last show at Quantum Brewing. Yeah,
it's funny because it evolves, and it just creates different avenues and openings. And there's some mics that are really good that have been going on. You have a great mic on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays now.
It's just Friday, Saturday drop.
Oh, you dropped the Thursday.
Traded Thursday
for Saturday.
We traded up for Saturday.
But that's a great mic. There's always there's always a decent crowd in there.
Smoke
right.
Outside and make a mess.
Just do the patch, but yeah. And then I know there's some newer. I did Eric Thornquist and Annie's mic this week, and that was a lot of fun too. So I mean, there's a lot of opportunities as well. So that's cool too.
Oh yeah.
You can get on a mixed mic. You can have some people do some poetry or sing a sad love song. You can come up like, who wants to hear some dick jokes,
That's right.
Sorry about your girlfriend, dick time. Those are fun.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like to do like at the mixed mic of the Stats. I've been finding myself doing like comedy songs.
Yeah.
Because might as well. They're more receptive to it there. I can just practice when I can think about it. I'll be able to like just blow people away with oh yeah, that's that guy. He's gonna be da da da, and then I go up there and do a comedy song. And I'm like, whoa, that was really funny. I really practiced.
Yeah.
How did you practice it? Ha ha ha.
On the unicycle.
I did. I played my unicycle so well, and it was so funny. Yeah. All right. So, do you have any merch?
I don't have merch.
Why not?
I don't know. I've headlined some shows, but I'm not really a headliner. So
You think you need to be a headliner to sell merch?
I think it helps because you're the last person they remember.
Right.
And right now, I have goals. I want to work on this book, and I want to finish this book. And when I'm there, then I'll use that for merch and stuff like that. But
sure.
I think if I was headlining more, then I'd think about it. I think merch is good though. I think it's a great idea because it's hard to make money in comedy, and I think merch is a great way to go about it. That's a smooth strategy. I think it's really, really smart.
Yeah, I'm trying to even have merch that has nothing to do with my comedy, except it's a fun thing I came up with.
Mm-hmm.
You come up with something that's like, oh, that's a great short story, that's a great book, that's a great sketch, that's a great Instagram post,
right.
That's a great thing to say on stage, that's a great thing to put in a play. It's like jokes have different mediums.
Right.
Sometimes they can be in multiple ones.
And it's smart, you have a magnet or something, your joke is on the magnet. Now, every time they walk to the refrigerator, think about you and your jokes and your comedy. So it's really smart.
Magnets, all right.
Or whatever, keychain or I'm going to start doing magnets, I think. I think I'm going to start doing magnets with, dick jokes on them, like really offensive dick jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what people want in the morning.
That's right.
When they're opening their fridge.
That's right.
My clock jokes.
They have kids, and
right.
the kid has to put up this dick magnet.
Dick
you know what it is.
Right.
Teach the kid how to read because it has words on there too.
Maybe like a dick pen or something, for kids or families.
Yeah, exactly.
So they remember you.
Yep. It has to be full of ink to be hard. You know the pen is running out of ink when you.
I'm surprised you're not selling vitamin D. Why aren't you selling vitamin D? Why don't you
get it for free?
Why don't you sell your own vitamin D bottles?
Okay,
huh?
That's sure. Why not?
Just put your name on your face. Be like, bam.
I think the FDA has to get approved.
You should just go to GNC. Well, that's expensive, but get some cheap shit and then just get a little label and your Venmo thing.
I don't think that's allowed. You can't pass off other people's stuff as your own.
Well, it's allowed until they stop you.
Okay.
Right?
Sure. But yeah.
You think the FDA is going to come in and be like, God damn it, Aaron, you're selling vitamin D pills. This is the third time we told you not to do it. You're shut down. You're going to prison for life.
I think that every single thing that you do, you're not supposed to do, there's a risk.
Really?
That something bad will happen.
I'm going to start doing some vitamin B pills for Brendan. Yeah. I'll be the canary in the coal mine.
I think I'll sell vitamin P.
Vitamin P.
Yeah, because it's the opposite of vitamin D.
There you go. Yeah, I think someone just needs to find out. Fuck around and find out.
That's right.
I'll be the canary in the coal mine.
You do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
No, you should do shot glasses. Trying to get people to make shot glasses and then have a San Diego Comics collection of shot glasses. But I forget to tell people, and no one's ever actually, well, Alan Henderson.
He does have shot glasses.
He has shot glasses. He's the one who told everybody should do shot glasses. You know,
Right.
you make them for about $1, and then you say, you know, oh, it's a donation, and people give you more than $1 usually.
I have a couple ideas.
Well, there you go.
I want to do guitars.
Little guitars?
No, like big ones.
Okay.
Or guns. Guns with, you know, punchline on it. You like on the barrel, like.
You're gonna do a gun.
Sell guns at comedy shows. That'd be sick, huh?
Yeah, but no bullets. You don't get any bullets.
Yeah,
You
bullets
gotta bring
sold separately. Right.
Sell you the.
That's America.
Mail
We
you the
love
bullets.
guns. We love guns in this country.
Mail you the bullets.
No one's selling guns at comedy shows, and they should be.
For a good reason. Don't tell me about do it until someone stops you. Please don't say that next.
Yeah, I could auction them off like, you know, the third person to laugh tonight, you get an AK-47.
That's right.
That's illegal in this state.
Right, but don't worry about it. We didn't get it from this state.
It's in the trunk of my car.
Yeah, you're really getting something else.
I'm glad I did this podcast because I got so many ideas now that I didn't have before.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Did I inspire you to do legal
You
things?
inspired me to traffic guns.
Yeah, don't cross lines.
Yeah, well, that's not on me. That's on them, you know? They're responsible for their own
I
actions.
mean, when you're bringing the guns to a comedy show,
Yeah.
be careful.
I'm going to have to think it out a bit.
Yeah, you gotta strategize.
Maybe get a lawyer. I need to sell merch to afford a lawyer. Right? So maybe I'll sell penis pens or magnets to save up to get a lawyer.
You just skip the middleman and sell lawyers. Just sell lawyers.
Sell legal advice. My merch is legal advice after the comedy show. All right, that's cool. Yeah, people would appreciate that.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Hear that noise in the background? Sounds like Rudy's making noise.
So,
what else is going on?
What else is going on with me right now?
Yeah.
I'm a teacher, man, so I've been teaching a lot, you know? I teach
Every
at,
day,
pretty much, yeah. I teach at Grossmont, I teach at Mesa College, I teach English and creative writing.
What level?
College.
Damn.
Yeah. And I teach these kids in China, too. Yeah, I teach them online every morning, too, so I've been doing a lot of that.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm trying to write a lot. I'm working on this book. There's 4 sections of this book.
Yeah.
So I'm finishing the 3rd section now, and then I'm on the last lap. You know, the last lap, so.
Is this the book about comedy? Or
Yeah.
Full circle.
Mm-hmm. Call back.
Yeah. So you're going to still do comedy after the book is finished, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do comedy. But the thing is, man, see, my next book's about music. It's going to be all about music.
Wow.
I know,
maybe he's going to stop doing comedy and focus more on music.
But
So better come see him before
you have a
stops.
finite chance to see me. Maybe one more year. And then I'm never coming back here again.
This is perfect. I'm at the right time.
You know, we need more comedians to quit comedy. You know, there's a lot of
You
competition.
know what? I would think, what if we try to get audiences that you only can come if you were an ex-comedian?
Right. Or, you know.
It doesn't matter if you only went to an open mic once or if you've ever been on stage to do comedy. Nope, can't come in.
What I'll do is I'll do a last tour
Right.
to get to, you know, all the places where I've been a star at. Like Santee, like Lakeside.
Ready, so then because it's your only opportunity.
Right. I'll do a huge tour of East County. And then
just keep going around and around.
Around and around, and I'll keep telling people, this is my last time, I quit comedy. And then I'll just keep doing it. And I'll just say, this is really my last time. no, this is really, 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 really the last time.
Last time
kind of
you
like
saw
Ozfest.
Me, the last time you saw me, I was really close by, but I was on the other side of the street.
Right.
So it's technically still making a lap.
You know how Ozfest, you'd be like, this is the last time we're doing Ozfest, and then you like do 10 more. That's.
I haven't been keeping track, but I didn't know. Yeah. That makes sense.
I think he really quit this time, but he fell off a tractor or something. I don't know, man. But
I mean, can people still understand what he's saying?
No. I don't think they ever understood what he was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He had that going for him.
Yeah. I think his earlier songs, I could understand what he was saying when he was singing them.
Right. I was just joking. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
Yeah. I saw this video of him singing the national anthem in 2003 or something. He was completely incoherent. So I'm sure he's gotten worse, unfortunately. He should do a last tour.
Exactly.
There was that Monty Python guy. I forget his name, but he did that tour this year. He's like, this is the last time you see me before I die.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a great tour name. So maybe I'll do that.
It sounds pretty well. The
last time to see me before I die. Yeah.
That sounds 10 words.
So maybe I'll keep doing that until I die.
Sure. Just, you've been here before? Nope. You can't see him again.
Right.
We're keeping track. Just less and less people will see you until
right.
it's the last person who wants to see you.
And I'm only going to do East County too.
That's right.
They love me there.
This is good. So why is it you love you East County?
No, I'm just joking. I was just joking. I do pretty decent in East County. I used to live in Lakeside, so I could say a lot of things about Lakeside. Lakeside. They get me. They get me there.
Makes sense. Well, hello. You want to do the podcast?
Are you guys doing it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Espinoza is walking to the room.
Guest appearance.
You're next.
Guest appearance.
Gassy. I thought I left something back
Are
here.
you lighting candles?
I just couldn't see back there. A little candle.
Okay. Doing a seance?
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. This is part of the podcast.
No one's doing like merch like a seance either. It's like a merch seance.
Yeah.
Like I'll come to your house and we'll do a seance.
Yeah, it's a bonus merch. So it's like that's the actual level.
Yeah. You just have to pay me $3,000.
Oh, what? We're gonna have a whole lead up to the price. If you guess the price, you get a small discount.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's actually not $3,000 exactly, but it's close.
$2,099.
Stop! We're gonna ruin. Oh yeah, no one's watching this. Okay, that's fine.
$2,999.
That's right. It's the second person to guess got it.
Right.
That's good. That's congratulations. You won. So now you get a penny off.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really 98.
And it's Halloween season too. It's like fall. It's a great time to do a seance for
That's
merch.
right. Exactly. Oh, tonight doing comedy at the Graveyard.
Right. No one's doing comedy at graveyards.
Well, this is gonna be the second show.
I'm used to performing in front of dead crowds too.
That's right. Fast. So you didn't bring your guitar.
You didn't tell me to. You didn't bring your fucking unicycle, so.
That's true.
So.
Got downstairs though.
Yeah, well, I have my guitar, it's in my heart.
Wait. Side is on.
Depends on if you're left or right. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
No
but
shit.
I was trying to. Your heart's on your left, right? So
Right.
you would have to play it like this.
Right. It's in my heart at all times.
Or you'd have to play it like this. Maybe this is the part where you. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's physical comedy, people. It's riffing.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever done improv?
Yes. Yeah. Because I was working on this book, I wanted to study different types of comedy, so I took classes in improv. I took like 3 classes.
Cool.
Yeah, and it helped like just being spontaneous on stage or just being in the moment. Because I think with comedy, you really have to be present. Like, you can't be thinking about, man, I'm hungry. I want to eat some pizza right now. When you're on stage, you really have to be there with people. And I think improv helps with that.
Yeah, that's good. What about, have you done any sketches?
I have done sketch comedy, yeah. I was working with a sketch group for a while. But yeah, I've done sketch comedy too.
Cool. So what's the name of the group? Is there stuff people can look up? Or?
I was working with Craig Sutton and Jeff Allen, and they're very, very good. Jeff Allen is an amazing film guy. He's great with cameras and editing. So we do have some stuff online. It was called, our group was called something like Team Laundry. Yeah.
Cool.
I think
Look it up.
Look that shit up.
Good. So also look up your writing, right?
Yeah.
You published a bunch of poems and so have you published a book, or that you're just working on book one?
I'm working on this book, but I publish a lot of short stories and poems.
And that's published in other people's books as a collection.
Yes, I've been publishing journals
This is
and
for the audience, not for me.
yeah, I've been publishing journals and things like that.
Okay. Sweet. But if people Google your name,
They could find some stuff I wrote. Yeah, for sure.
is there like an IMDb for books?
No, it
God
doesn't like
damn
that.
it.
No, I know. It
Get
should.
on that.
Yeah, but
Are you on Wikipedia?
no, thank God, no.
Why? Too embarrassing? Too much false information?
I don't know, man. Just
You
like
don't
anybody could write. If you have a Wikipedia page, anybody could write. Like, let's say you got a Wikipedia page, I could go on there and say, Aaron Trahan. I don't know, like.
No, I mean, it's curated. You have to
Yeah.
prove that what you're saying.
No, you don't. Because I've written shit on there. I mean, they
Yeah,
might take
but
it down.
They take it down.
And
Yeah.
sometimes they don't. So
All right.
it's suspect. Wikipedia is suspect.
Yeah, you suspect. You definitely have to do your own research.
Right.
And I don't mean watch a fucking YouTube video.
Yeah, I don't want to have a Wikipedia page where people are just editing like, this guy has stupid ears, and like.
You can't even see his ears.
Yeah,
What's your problem, people?
Yeah. Right. What is your problem with my ears?
That's right.
Don't talk shit on your ears.
Well, we don't even know who you are. Who are you anyway? I think it's my favorite way to end sometimes. Just be like,
You like to end with us getting arrested for our for the
when
vitamin
you're on fire,
D pills.
I'm on fire, you're gonna fire me.
On fire.
They just fucking come and spray me off. They put me out. No, it's fun to end with, I've been Aaron Trahan and I don't know who the fuck you are.
That's a great way to end. Like, I forget who you are.
I don't even know.
Right.
Well, I could say I forget who you are.
I think they're after me because I said I was going to sell guns, huh?
Well, I mean, you said fuck firemen.
Yeah, I did
early
say that.
on, and you have a song about
It's
it.
been a
so
risky podcast,
They
huh?
know about that.
Yeah.
Because
I'm not going to sell guns for merch.
he's going to trade guns for merch. Here's my merch. You give me the gun.
I'll give you a t-shirt, you give me a 9mm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Also, I want to do, like, I have this idea,
Okay.
I haven't done it yet, is I ordered the shirt, but the idea is to have it, on the shirt it says, I saved this shirt from certain death.
There you
And
go.
it has like a picture like a fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then the idea is to get that printed on, like, over and over again on a pattern, on cloth or some kind of like cloth, and like cut it out, and then take either someone said, oh, here, give me your shirt, and like put it over, especially like a worn out shirt,
Right.
and like sew it on.
Right.
And like maybe the ends are kind of like burnt or something.
Right.
And it would just be kind of funny.
That'd be great. That's a great idea.
You like the idea?
You know, I was just thinking of something too, because, you know, with shirts and magnets, like the magnet's gonna fall down one day, or like the shirt, you don't wear it every day. So I think what I want to do is have like a tattoo artist at the show.
What?
And then after the show, they can tattoo my jokes on like people, so they'll never forget.
Right.
Right. And then guns.
Yeah.
That's about as American as it gets.
That's right.
You know how big that would be in East County if I did that tour in East County, the final tour with tattoos and guns?
What you do is you run out of time. You just like have like a stencil.
Yeah.
And you just have the tattoo artist just spray
Right.
paint it.
Yeah.
And then he says, "Go tomorrow and go to your local tattoo artist. They'll finish it for you."
Yep. Don't take
Sorry,
a shower.
because we're just running out of time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you just put a Band-Aid over it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have some big goals, as you can see. I want to do comedy on the moon and do a blooper reel. I want to sell guns and tattoos and legal advice.
That's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna sell the whole lawyer or just legal advice, whatever you can afford.
And this is the low bar.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't tell them phase 2.
It's
Top secret.
Right.
You gotta get to we're ready.
Right.
That's the base, and then once that starts making money, then you can do the real stuff.
Right. Moon cocaine powder.
That's true. You just gotta figure out how to get it into your nose.
Right.
Because first of all, it's on the moon. It's pretty far away.
Yeah.
And then once you're on the moon, you have to wear a helmet.
I know.
It's like, oh wait, you know you have a habitat. You're always tracking the dust in and out.
Yeah, you got it on your shoes. Just like shake off your shoes, like, you know, and then, you know.
Exactly. It's pure moon dust, baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called. It's called moon dust.
Shit would sell too.
That's right. Think about how expensive we could sell it for. That is pure grade moon dust.
Right. More merch.
We're gonna sell guns, drugs. We're actually starting a criminal organization.
My tour is going to be called "No One Loves America More Than I Do."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that we should talk about your stuff? This doesn't necessarily have to be the end, but before we forget, how do people find you online?
Okay. I'm on Instagram.
What?
I'm on Facebook, TikTok, and I have a website too at BrendanPraniewicz.com.
You better spell that.
It'll be on the thing on the
Yeah.
yeah.
Just stop what you're doing.
Yeah, just read the
Don't listen to this and type. Just click on the description.
read the podcast.
Read the podcast description.
Yeah.
Or it's a YouTube description, or it's on Patreon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug the Patreon. You can just get a Patreon. You sign up for free at the free membership level. I'm making it super easy. There's no ads. You know, like
Right.
you go on YouTube and you watch an hour-long podcast,
Right.
and unless you have YouTube Premium, you're watching fucking ads. You're having to
Right.
skip. I
So
don't wanna know
stupid.
about it.
Skip.
Or like Spotify, unless you have Spotify Premium,
Right.
and whatever. You're listening to the podcast. You're having fun. Maybe you're busy, so you end up listening to part of an ad, and that's super annoying. Patreon, no ads.
Oh, no shit. Damn.
Yeah, for a while they didn't have the free option.
Wow.
But then they decided to have a free option, you know?
They needed that.
And yeah, they should have done it from day one, really. But they were very successful, so if they weren't as successful, then maybe they would have thought of it sooner.
Mm-hmm.
But I think some creators are like, yeah, because sometimes, you know, I will be following somebody and I was like, oh, I don't have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, don't stop giving them money.
Right.
And then it was like, I have to look them up again. But now you can
shit.
Yeah. And, there's...
Do you work for Patreon? Do you work for Patreon?
No.
It sounds like you do. It sounds like you're pitching them right now.
Yeah, I'm pitching them for... they should put me on the front page.
Right.
Because I'm bringing them all this business anyway. I mean, the thing is, I'm already giving this away for free, so it's like, why or how would I ever think that people would pay for something for free? But just, it's like a donation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You just pay for stuff to help encourage the people.
Right.
That's all.
Oh, I was also a Yahoo contributor in 2010.
Like the website?
Yeah.
Or were you reading people's emails?
No, I was like, I wrote like one article. I'm sure they could find it out there. That's another plug.
Hell yeah. You'll get like some residuals.
Right.
But he's going to get residuals one day. They'll send him a penny, but it's not like there yet. 7 million people have to have Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Are you on Reddit?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
What about Discord? You on Discord?
No.
Oh,
I'm just on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, the main ones.
you never decided to get on Discord. You had no reason to do Discord. Interesting. Are you on Zoom?
Yes. I'm a teacher, so
There you go.
I'm on
You
Zoom.
found it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Would you ever do, if you became famous enough, would you do Cameo?
What is Cameo?
Where like you pay celebrities to do something
Oh, no shit.
like there's Jeff
Oh,
Canada
yeah.
like does limericks for people.
Like, they sing happy birthday, like, you got, like, I don't know, Ethan Hawke, like, singing you happy birthday.
Who?
Ethan Hawke,
Yeah.
singing you happy birthday. That would be cool. I don't know, I'd have to think about it.
Okay. Well, once you become famous enough, then you
Once-
have time to think about it.
Right. When I
You
become...
you only need to get 10 more fans. So
I know, right?
it's a very slow process.
I think because I'm on the fast track for fame, because I'm basically selling space dust, guns, and tattoos.
And legal advice.
Like, my chances,
Don't forget the
if I
legal
can do
advice.
all of
That's
those
the first
things,
one.
then my chance of getting famous from that will be pretty big. So that's the only thing I got to be famous. Right? Go big or go home,
So let's see. I'm doing something new for the podcast.
No shit, okay.
So what we're gonna do?
What's that? We're gonna arm wrestle?
Sure, you want to arm wrestle? Is that what you want to do?
No.
But it's.
We're gonna
Have you ever
race.
Have you ever recorded a podcast and then you're like, oh, now I gotta make clips from the podcast,
Okay, right.
right? And that means you have to listen to the podcast
Yes.
again.
Right.
And listening to the podcast is recording, right?
Right.
So that's once. I don't edit it unless
You don't?
say
No
some
shit.
real
Okay.
racist shit.
Right.
Then I might just oh, that was X amount in, and just cut it off abruptly.
Yeah.
But the idea now,
Okay.
I came up with this, and
Okay.
this is the first time I'm going to try it.
Okay.
So
What's up?
What we'll do is we're going to officially end the podcast.
Okay.
And then we're going to start recording again.
Okay.
And we're just going to do a promo
Okay.
for the podcast.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it. I'm down.
Thank God.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna race. I thought we were gonna
I mean,
race.
we can. That could be part of the podcast
Yeah.
promo.
Yeah.
So, are you ready to do that?
We're gonna do the promo. We're gonna race.
Well, first I could stop it.
Okay.
So it's way easier to edit.
I'm ready to race or do the promo.
There's two
Honestly.
separate videos, so it's very clear to me when I'm editing which one is which. Oh, this one is longer, so this one must be the podcast. Oh, this one is shorter.
Right.
This must be the promo. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. I get it. I get it.
Are you still down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, we only did a little bit less than an hour.
I'm a quick podcaster usually. I'm usually pretty quick,
Do you want to apologize to all the people that were just about to...
Like, you guys gonna go 2 hours here or what? I'm like, nah, man.
They were just about to finish, but we decided to stop.
Yeah.
Now, ASMR almost had them.
But we usually a pretty quick interview most of the time.
No, it's good. I think that's a good...
I think this is the longest podcast I've done.
Damn,
honestly,
I got
ever.
him.
I know.
Record time, as in big. Sometimes a record is big. So
yeah.
Not all records mean small.
Right.
Okay, cool. I feel honored. So let's say goodbye for the podcast. Bye. This has been Comedy or Worse.